Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Garden of Sports Basketball Week 17 episode. We're going to recap Week 16, go over Week 17 prep with key grabs, trades. We're going to go over all the trade rumors going on in the NBA right now. So it's going to be a really fun episode. And I'm here with my co-host, Zach Gardner.
What is up, everybody?
So, Zach, how pumped are you for basketball right now?
Super pumped.
Ew.
Love basketball.
Really masking it there. Yeah, I couldn't even tell you.
Let's go basketball.
Oh my god. Well, really fun week. If you guys have been watching, keep track of fantasy this whole week. Just a lot of players going off. Just ahead of the trade deadline, or not ahead of the trade deadline. Well, the trade deadline and the All-Star break. So, surprises of the week: Nikola Vukovic, 56.5. The big three is just doing their thing. They don't have all those role players anymore because there's a lot of injuries. So now he's kind of taking flight, and he's looking like the Vukovic in Orlando.
Yeah, he's looking awesome.
Pascal Siakam, 48.7, and this has been 2 to 3 weeks now of just going off. He's looking like he could push top 20 player, even though he missed the first 2 weeks of the season. But he's going crazy over there, and the team's actually they're starting to push up in the standings. So, Zach, if you want to look up the exact seed they're at right now, I know they were 8 last week. I think they might be up though. They've been winning.
Yep.
Reggie Jackson, 37.3 in the past week, and that's great. They got rid of the other guard in a trade, Eric Bledsoe. So it's kind of Reggie's team now as the point guard. Like, he's gonna keep putting up numbers. So hopefully you held on to him. Mitchell Robinson.
Raptors are the 7 seed right now.
So they moved up, right? How far are they back from the 6?
A lot of all these pop-up ads. Fuck. They are 1 game out.
Yeah, they're gonna keep rising. They have a studly starting lineup. I don't know if their bench is too great, but all the guys in the starting lineup are borderline all-stars. If not, Fred VanVleet just made the all-star game for the first time.
Yeah.
So, and Siakam, I think, is going to fill in when they officially announce their reserves for like guys who are out, like Kevin Durant. So I'm pretty sure Siakam's going to take that spot. But yeah, we'll see. Mitchell Robinson, 36.7 in the last week. He has had a run here. At best run of the season. If he's available, grab him in your league to see how it goes. And it's just nice to see him kind of being for at least a couple weeks, the player that they've been talking about. Kevin Love, 34.5, and this has been 2 weeks now of him going off, starting at power forward, so he's looking like a renaissance run here. Karis LeVert, 45.8 in the last week, so he's no longer a buy low, but might be switching there. Mccall Bridges, 40.2, so finally Mccall Bridges has woken up.
Yeah, he's looking great. He's been really helping me carry while I have Gobert out right now.
Yeah, he's looking like a stud that he kind of was last year. He wasn't 40 last year, but he was 30. He was 31. So, yeah, it'd just be nice to see if he can keep that up because that's what you drafted him as a two-way stud.
Definitely.
And he's on the number 1 seed, so just, opportunities there.
Yep.
But anyway, Zach, I got to get your opinion on all these trade rumors. I got to get your opinion here, dude.
All right.
And, you tell me if you think any of these are legit or if they're just bullshit. So,
okay.
So there's rumors of Karis LeVert to the Cavs. The Cavs really want him. And they don't have that is their weakest point, I think, is small forward. What do you think?
I think they would be a possible dark horse contender if that was able to happen.
Yeah, because then their starting lineup would look like Evan Mobley at power forward, Jared Allen at center, Karis LeVert at small forward, Darius Garland at point guard, and shooting guard would be... Who do they have filling in now at shooting guard?
That
still might be their weakest position without Colin Sexton, but still.
Yeah.
Still a great team.
Yeah.
I'll have to go look at the lineups. But yeah, that'd be a great move for them. And because we know Indiana wants to trade players, it could definitely happen. One of the biggest rumors is James Harden to Philly for Ben Simmons, because James Harden's pissed off about the whole Kyrie situation. He's pissed off that the team Is it
They're
winning right now?
they're starting Steady Osman at shooting guard.
Okay, that's not bad. He could shoot.
Yeah,
He's literally like a pure shooter then.
and then Markkanen would be off the bench. Then that would be interesting.
Yeah, whenever he comes back. But
Yeah.
yeah, they have Kevin Love also in that Renaissance.
Well, this is for tonight. I think Markkanen's back tonight.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
well
the
Kevin
lineup for
Love's
tonight.
loses value then.
Yeah,
Um, all right. Well, anyway, James Harden to Philly for Ben Simmons. Is that
I've
you think that's
heard. I've been
legit?
actually hearing this week. I think that
Okay,
I don't know, man. Like
it might be good for both teams.
it would be good probably for both teams. Um, I don't know. It just is interesting. I think James Harden would do great on Philly. I think he's the perfect player that they need. Just a shooter. He can kind of do everything.
Yeah,
That would definitely lower Maxi's value, right?
yeah, because they said they will not trade Maxey. They said that in the statement.
So, but he would be like a lot less of a role if that happened, though.
Yeah, his numbers would go down in
Yeah.
fantasy for sure. Oh, and
Ben Simmons
anyway,
would probably be pretty good over on Brooklyn too.
he'd be great, and they need a big man,
Yeah. So
so
yeah, it's interesting.
he'd be playing power forward.
I don't know if that really vaults like makes either one so much better. It just kind of seems like a swap
I
kind
think
of to me. But
Philly's title odds improved from 1,800 to 1,300 when the trade rumor came out.
okay.
This exact trade. Yeah.
Okay. Well, interesting. I mean, in his career, James Harden's not really a winning player, so he just,
Well, Embiid would carry in the playoffs.
Harden always looks good on paper, but he always seems to fail some way in the playoffs.
Yeah. No, I think Embiid would take over in the playoffs because no one can guard him besides like Giannis.
Yeah.
Really. I mean,
They'd be very scary. That there's a potential that could be the Bulls' first round matchup too.
Philly?
Yeah, if the Bulls somehow fall to like the 6th seed or something.
Yeah, we're not falling.
Okay.
But yeah, Philly's up there in the top 4 now. They might be 3.
Yeah.
I have to pull it up.
I think they're 3. That's
Okay, let's look real quick. They're 5th. They have 2 losses in a row, but they're right there.
okay.
We're still the 1.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. I can't believe the Bulls are still the 1.
Yeah, we're great. All right. So how much do you think this one's gonna happen or no?
I think it definitely could because they want to get something for Simmons.
Yeah, and if James Harden's pissed, then
Yeah.
whatever. Rumors of Julius Randle to Sacramento for De'Aaron Fox. What do you think?
Damn.
Julius
Okay.
Randle's had a very down year. He's older than basically the rest of the team on New York. Like they want to go young.
I
And
think that would be very interesting. I don't.
Randle's also been like pissy with the crowd and like the organization.
And then that would give New York exactly what they need, another point guard.
Well, apparently New York's trying to trade Alec Burks as well, but that's a
Oh.
good point. But yeah, they don't have a good Kemba's obviously washed. Derrick Rose is only like a 6-man now. And that other point guard, well, like Burks is just a role player, and then the other point guard, I'm blanking on his name.
Quickly, right?
Yeah, he's just not a starter. So, I think they want a true starting point guard.
Yeah.
And they want a younger guy, and Randall,
So that would mean that if they did that, they have a lot of confidence in what's the guy, the first
Mitchell
round
Robinson.
pick? No, the power forward guy, Obi Toppin.
Oh yeah, they do. I think Tibbs loves Obi Toppin. He just he can't play him with Randall there.
Mm-hmm.
Got to play your All Star. Well, was an All Star last year. Missed it this year, but yeah, I think that's correct. I think this one holds some clout too because De'Aaron Fox has been out with an ankle injury, and I think they've still been holding him out because like they just don't want him to get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're just gonna keep super cautious before the trade deadline because I think they are trying to make a deal because they have so many guards. It's like perfect for Sacramento too because they have like 5 or 6 guards. Like now Davion Mitchell's doing well, starting now next to Halliburton.
Yeah.
So I think they're ready to move on from Fox. I think that's just what's going to happen. But Yeah. Anyway, rumors of John Wall to the Lakers for Westbrook. I know we've talked about this one before, but now that we're closer to the trade deadline, Westbrook just got benched last night late in the game so that the Lakers could win against New York. I mean, what do you think, dude? I think they're over him.
Yeah, I think so, man. And I don't know. It's kind of crazy. I mean, do you think John Wall is going to be much better than Westbrook for them? Like he plays the same way, kind of.
But he gets more. Well, I thought he got more assists. He used to have some
Does he?
When he was playing. He hasn't played in like a while, but when he was playing, he was pretty good actual point guard. I
Yeah.
think they want more of a role player point guard than a dominant guy like Westbrook.
Okay. Well, we'll see. I mean, I don't know. The John Wall, I always thought that he was just, Westbrook Jr. So I don't know.
Yeah, in a way he is, but maybe he'd just play better with them. It's just like seems like Westbrook doesn't fit.
They're just, throwing darts on the wall, seeing what sticks at this point.
Yeah, I think it's going to be hard for it to happen, but it definitely could if the Lakers push it enough.
Yeah.
So for the Wizards, Beal hasn't requested a trade officially, but now he says this came out a couple days ago, like around the time he was injured, but he says that he's more open to it than he was the beginning of the year. So like during the offseason, he basically said, no, I want to stick with my team. And now it seems like he's open to it. So I don't know. What do you think? Could a deal be done? Could a contender trade for him?
I think so, man.
Where would he go?
Beal. I don't know, man. I haven't really. I'm not too plugged in, but I don't know where. I don't really know where he would go. But I think that they would be. I think that they will try and trade him though, because
I think
why
the
not?
Heat want him. I think the Heat want him, but I don't know what they would give up.
Yeah.
But they want to go. I mean, they're good enough to go for a chip now, and I think that's why they would maybe pull the trigger
and
take on his contract and like give up a bunch of picks.
Okay.
Because, yeah, they definitely want to win now. That extra shooting would just put them to a new tier.
Yeah.
And the Wizards, it came out they really want Sabonis for their future.
Ooh, okay.
And Indiana, we know, is willing to trade everybody. So, does this hold any substantial?
I think so, because I've heard more about the Wizards. I mean, I've heard a lot more about Indiana selling guys than the Wizards selling guys. So I don't know. I think that one's probably going to be a little more likely to happen, them trading Sabonis and trading a bunch of other people from Indiana.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. No, I totally agree. It's just, can a deal be done? Like, what will the Wizards give up? I have no idea. But,
yeah,
they want him. They want to build around him.
Yeah. Interesting.
If they got him, maybe Beal would, more likely to stay too. Who knows?
Maybe. Yeah.
The Raptors and the Bulls, it came out they both want Jake Pulte from the Spurs, starting center. Okay. Good defender.
Yeah.
I definitely think this one holds because the Spurs really suck this year.
I think that would be a great move for the Bulls, getting some more size and defense. I think that would be really good for them.
I think he's fine, but I really want Jeremy Grant from Detroit.
Yeah.
And that's also a trade rumor. Is the Bulls want him? I think a lot of teams want him because he's just a two-way big man, like power forward. But I'd rather have him. But if we could only get one, if we were able to get Pulte, that's the only trade we could get. I'd be fine with that.
Okay.
Just don't give up our Patrick Williams second year. I don't want to give up the future for Pulte, but. So this news just came out. Frustration between the two stars of Utah. So, your boy, the center, and Donovan Mitchell.
Really? What are they not getting along? What, they can't play in the sandbox? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, no, this happened like when COVID hit, and why am I blanking on the center right now? Gobert.
Yeah, Gobert.
Gobert. So Gobert is famously the first one to get COVID in the NBA officially. Yep.
He's the super spreader.
But he was also joking around about it before he got it, and apparently that really pissed off Donovan Mitchell at the time.
And then Donovan Mitchell got COVID after that too.
Yeah, and Donovan Mitchell was like pissing him for a while. Then they made up, And then last year they were both all-star starters. And I don't know, apparently it's brewing again, like they're being passive aggressive with each other is what the report says, and like it's
Wow.
not good. It's not good. So like, will they break it up even though they're like the 3 seed? They might have fallen to the 4. Yeah, they're the 4 seed now.
I don't know, man, because Gobert hasn't played in like 2 weeks, so he's not really a cause of them losing lately. He hasn't been playing, and Donovan
Yeah,
Mitchell just came back a couple. Like they
yeah, he
both
just came
weren't
back from the
playing.
concussion. Yeah,
Yeah, so they'd be foolish to break it up. I mean, what are they going to get that'll be better than like those two guys are great. They play great defense. Like that's unfortunate that they're not getting along because they
yeah, you
complement each
really
other.
wouldn't.
They complement each other so well, and they're great for that team. I don't know that
Yeah,
they would be able to put anything together, give them more than what they're already getting out of those two.
yeah, and Gobert would be the one to go, I think, because they love Donovan Mitchell's done so much for the city, and he's younger. So
Oh Jesus, who are they gonna? They're gonna have
I
to
don't
get some
know.
kind of center
Yeah, they wouldn't win the trade. They would lose.
for sure.
There's no way they would get enough in return for him.
Shit, let's give
Oh,
up Vukovic for Gobert, dude. The Bulls.
no, I'd rather have Vooch.
Really?
I think they're close, but like I think Vooch is
Vooch gives you
more offensive. He's
more
more
offense.
offense, and that's what our coaching is.
Gobert gives you a lot more defense, rim protecting, and
Yeah, which isn't. I mean, it's great, but I don't know. That they're
that's
close, dude. That's a
that's
hard one.
playoff. That's playoff basketball, though.
I
Gobert.
wouldn't
That's
want to do it though because Gobert's injured more, way more.
true.
Vooch is like playing full seasons,
Okay, well, I mean
and
that's
he
interesting. Something to think about. That sucks that they're not getting along though because they play. They're so good. Those two guys.
yeah. Imagine like another contender getting Gobert for the playoffs.
Imagine the Lakers like getting him or something. You know.
Fuck that. Fuck them. What if the Grizzlies got him? Oh
That'd
my
be
gosh, what if
crazy.
the Warriors got him?
Wow,
Holy crap.
that would be insane.
Anyway, enough of
Yeah,
enough of that because I know
yeah,
this is a fantasy podcast, but there's just so much going on in the trade deadline. By next week, it'd be over.
yeah.
So let's get into injuries real quick. I'm going to run through
Biggest
basically the ESPN updates.
biggest injury of the week here. Bol out.
Oh my god. John Collins is day to day. Lou Williams is day to day. Not that that's fantasy relevant. Gallinari's day to day with a hamstring. Yeah, Bol's out. Nick Claxton just came back and now he's day to day with a hamstring, and he had a huge game for the Nets. Like
Fudge.
looking like their best big man. James Harden is day to day with a
Is he still
hamstring.
available, Nick Claxton, in our league?
No, dude. This guy, our number 1 seed, held him only 5% owned player, held him in IR. That's
Wow.
how competitive we are.
Yeah, this league, the 12-team league sucks, dude. Fuck.
What? Get out of it. James Harden, day to day with a hamstring. They say that, but it could be because of the trade deadline. Who knows? I mean, the trade deadline's in 5 days.
Mm-hmm.
Down to the Bulls, Kobe White day to day with a groin injury, Zach LaVine day to day with a back injury. Lonzo and Caruso obviously still out. Darius Garland is still out with a back. He's questionable for today's game, so we'll see. Lauri Markkanen has resumed light basketball work, so he's still out.
Well, he's in the starting lineup for tonight, so.
Oh, on ESPN it says he's out. Okay.
Well, that is from last week.
That's from, that they don't have an official update, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, he might be back tonight. Porzingis is still out with his knee injury. Surprise, surprise. Maxi Kleber, who is filling in for Porzingis and doing really good, missed last game, like last minute cut, and then questionable for today's game. Aaron Gordon day to day with a hamstring injury is probable for Sunday today, though. Michael Porter Jr. just came out officially that he will not return this season as he continues to rehab following back surgery. So there was some kind of hope because they never officially listed him as out. So people grabbed him, but he's done. They're not going to sacrifice the future right now. If anything, they're going to try to make a trade to put somebody next to the center this year. Detroit, Cade Cunningham's day-to-day, hip, questionable for Sunday. Golden State Warriors, wow. Otto Porter's out, Andre Iguodala's out, Draymond Green's still out, so I assume it's right after the All-Star break he'll be back. There's no update on James Wiseman. Let's see, John Wall, no update. I was seeing if there's something for the trade, but Malcolm Brogdon on the Pacers Achilles is questionable for Sunday's game. So, could be back tonight, dude. You might want to check that out.
Who are we talking about here?
Malcolm Brogdon.
Ah, yes. Okay.
Domantas Sabonis COVID-19 protocols is questionable for Sunday, so he could be back tonight as well. Let's see, Isaiah Jackson, who was like the breakout big man this week, had one huge start, and then he got hurt the next game in the first minute. He's still out for Sunday, so that really sucks. LA Clippers, Robert Covington, day-to-day. Well, he was just traded to the Clippers from Portland, so yeah, he'll be back. He'll be in soon. Norman Powell also was part of that trade to the Clippers, so he's day-to-day. And Zubac's calf stood for deeper leagues. He's questionable for Sunday's game. And it came out that Kawhi Leonard isn't going to play this year. Probably not coming back this season. So I think that's going to make like domino effect. Paul George probably will undergo surgery. It says George will undergo an MRI on his elbow on February 24th and will likely be out through the All-Star break. So anybody hoping he would come back for the fantasy playoffs? I mean, in our league fantasy playoffs are right after the All-Star break, basically.
Mm-hmm.
But if you only have a 1 week matchup playoffs, you probably still have at least maybe another month or at least 3 weeks of regular season. So maybe you hold them, but that sucks. That's a huge loss. Carmelo Anthony and the Lakers hamstring won't play in Saturday's game, so he's out right now. Dylan Brooks, still no update from January 9th for the Memphis Grizzlies. Miami Heat's bench is kind of banged up. Max Strus, quadriceps, is out. He missed Saturday's game. And then Keze Okpala, wrist, is out. Milwaukee Bucks, Brook Lopez will travel with the Bucks, but he's just visiting with doctors still, and there's no time frame. Timberwolves, D'Angelo Russell's out. He will be. It says he might or will be available for Sunday's matchup with the Pistons, so he should be back today. Pelicans, Josh Hart knee is questionable for Sunday, and I heard he's one of the guys they're trying to trade on the Pelicans, so that could be part of it as well. Zion Williamson, still no update since January 5th. Wow. New York Knicks, Derrick Rose, it did come out that he plans to return very soon after the All-Star break, so that's good news. Oklahoma City Thunder, Gilgeous Alexander is still out, so I assume that's through the All-Star break. No huge news there for fantasy. Orlando Magic Mo Bamba is questionable for Sunday's contest with the Celtics due to a right ankle sprain. So that sucks. He's also been just struggling for fantasy. I mean, people might even be dropping him. So that's an L. Philadelphia 76ers, Shake Milton back is out Sunday. So that's only fantasy relevant. Phoenix Suns, Cameron Payne, wrist will be reevaluated in 2 weeks. So I guess he really injured his wrist there because he's going off for like a week and a half before this. So that sucks. Portland Trailblazers, Bledsoe has been ruled out. He was part of that trade. So see what happens there. Larry Nance also missed Saturday's game. And no update on Damian Lillard. Sacramento Kings, De'Aaron Fox is still with that ankle. I think it was the 7th straight game last night that he missed. So,
damn.
And Marvin Bagley was ruled out for Saturday's game as well. So I assume those are both guys they're trying to trade, though.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Goran Dragic, I heard for the Toronto Raptors, they said they're guaranteed to trade him, so he's going to be moving. I don't know where to. Probably a contender, like the Heat probably want him back because they love him. Yeah, Utah Jazz, Rudy Gay is day-to-day. Jordan Clarkson day-to-day. Rudy Gobert, calf was ruled out for Friday's game. But we obviously know our boy was back. Their starter. That's why they got 2 wins. And then Bradley Beal met with a specialist regarding his injured left wrist, and will be reevaluated in approximately 1 week. So this was 4 days ago. So this coming Monday or Tuesday. He will be reevaluated. But that's
There
all your
you have it,
injuries.
folks.
Yeah. Sorry, that's a mouthful, but there's a lot that's going on.
Yeah.
Let's go
Way
to
more
trades,
than
bro.
hockey. Let's go trades.
Yeah, sell highs, dude. Karis LeVert,
Oh,
45.8 in the last 7. So I switched him to sell high because if he does go to the Cavs, which I think is highly likely, he won't be as ball dominant, right?
mm-hmm.
He's kind of carrying the Indiana Pacers right now because they have like nobody out there. He goes to the Cavs, who are an established team with, 3 really good starters. Then he'll be like the 4th guy. Plus, they have a really good bench. So, I mean, his numbers would all go down. He won't be anywhere near 45.8. So I think he's a clear sell high right now.
Yeah.
Kyle Kuzma, I'll still die on this hill. 40.9 in the last week. So he's basically 3 weeks in a row of dominance.
Yeah.
But he's not a 40 a night guy. That's just not who he is for fantasy. So he's usually around 30. And I would see if he can get. This is a trade that went through for me, Zach, in a buy-in league that I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
This guy traded Kyle Kuzma from Middleton.
Oh, wow.
So, I guess I actually skipped buy lows, but one of my buy lows is Middleton because his numbers are down.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously you'd rather have Middleton, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, he's the more established, better player, and long term, like he's proven it. I mean, I was kind of pissed that I went through. Like, I didn't even know Middleton was on the table. This is a league I basically don't know anybody. It's just I wanted to try it, but yeah, that went through. So that's kind of trade you could get through even in a buy-in league. You can get rid of Kyle Kuzma for Middleton right now. So I think you should definitely go for it. Like that kind of proves it's doable.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just continue to sell high since we're in it. Mccall Bridges 40.2. So we talked about him finally breaking out. But yeah, he's on the Phoenix Suns, who are stacked, and he's not going to be near 40 all the time, right? I mean, he's usually a 30 a night guy. This year he's down. He's at like 25, right? He's had a down year. Maybe he can push back to 30, but it's going to be really hard. And I would see if you can get anything for him. I have Tyrese Haliburton on here, but it's more of a question mark. What do you think, Zach?
I don't know, because it depends on if they're going to trade De'Aaron Fox or not. That'll just open it up for Haliburton
Yeah.
to just...
That's what I was... So I put him on here, and then I was like, if they trade De'Aaron Fox, then he's a great just to own.
Yeah.
So he'll probably stay around here.
Depends on what you can get for him, though. I mean, he's still playing really well. You might be able to get something for him. Something crazy. So
Exactly. Maybe you could trade him for like Drew Holiday, who's more established. But anyway, it really depends on if De'Aaron Fox is traded, then he's a great hold. If De'Aaron Fox isn't traded and he comes back, then that brings Haliburton back down to like 32.
Yeah.
He's been going off since De'Aaron Fox has been out.
Yeah.
Mitchell Robinson, 36.7. Like we said, he's finally doing what we thought he could do, but he usually doesn't sustain it.
No.
He goes on runs and then he's down. So try and you get to package him, but
this is 3 years at this point. I think we kind of know who Mitchell Robinson is.
Yeah. Try to package him in a deal for somebody. Do a 2-for-1.
Yeah.
Use one of these other sell highs to get a stud.
Yep.
Sadiq Bey, 36.1. That's another guy that we know what we're getting. He goes in these hot streaks. Even though he is a better player in Detroit, he's just not that guy.
No.
He's not an all-star. So I would try to get a guy who can actually sustain 30 right now.
Do it.
And yeah, do it for one of the buy lows we're about to talk about. Harrison Barnes, 35.1. Another guy in Sacramento who could be traded to like a contender, and then his numbers definitely go down.
Yeah.
Sacramento, they're just letting it fly. On a contender, like, he'll be the 4th best player at best.
Yeah.
So, I would see, and like, he's basically their best big man this year, and he won't be the best big man somewhere else.
No.
He's usually a small power forward. He's playing like power forward.
You gotta capitalize on him right now.
Yeah, because Bagley's in and out, and their 2 centers are having rough years. See what you can get. Kevin Love, 34.5. Zach just said Lauri Markkanen could be back today, so you need to trade him now. Otherwise, he's going to be a drop. Because he's having a great couple weeks when Lauri was out, but this might be it. Jacob Pulte, 33.5. I have him on here because he's been doing good, but like if he gets traded to the Bulls, he might not even start. he'd be the bench center, for defense. So I feel like he's a clear sell high. He's not going to do as good. Like, he's a starter. He's the third best player. He's the best big man on the Spurs. I don't think he'll be that wherever he goes. Especially if it's the Bulls or Toronto. They both have good big men. So, what do you think, Zach?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, Andrew Wiggins. I still have him on here because Clay's starting to really improve. He had a great 3-point shooting night the other night, and that's when Andrew Wiggins had like an 18-point fantasy game. So, second half is going to be all Clay, and Andrew Wiggins is just going to keep going down. So he actually had a good week or two now, and right before the All-Star break. So I would try and trade him. Any other sell high, Zach, you can think of on your team, maybe, or one of your teams?
No, I don't usually do too much trading in basketball. Just I think you got this all figured out.
Okay.
I don't know as much, so I usually stay away from trading.
For sure.
Oh.
Buy lows. Chris Middleton, like we said, 33 fantasy points in the past week. He's been kind of down for like 2 weeks, and last year he finished at 38. This year, on the year, he's at like 36. He might have gone down to like a little under 36 now, but you got to buy low because he could start putting up 40 a night any day. So
Yeah.
he's one of the most consistent small forwards there is. RJ Barrett, 31.9 in the past week. I have him on here because if they do trade Julius Randle, I think you really want Barrett. I think that's where he really takes the reign. Forwards are around 35 or higher, and he could have a big second half, so I'd try to get him if you can. He's one of the sell high guys. Like, if I could trade Kyle Kuzma for him, I would. What about you?
I don't know because I own him in a league, and I'm kind of just expecting that he's just going to get better as he gets more games. So,
Gotcha. Okay.
but if I don't have him, I'd definitely be trying to trade him right now. I might offer Mo Bamba for him right now in a trade.
Yeah, but Mobamba's rough right now. But we'll talk about him.
Yeah, I think I'd actually send that off. Mo Bamba and obviously somebody else for DeAndre Ayton. I would send that right now.
Yeah, that wouldn't be bad.
Yeah.
So this one's gonna be harder to get, but I put Miles Bridges on here because he has finally had a bad week. Not finally, but like he had a bad week for the first time in a while, and he's just obviously a stud. And his average is around 38 in points league, so he's technically a buy low for the week, but it's still gonna be hard to get. Kyrie Irving, 29 in the past week. His numbers are down. I think the NBA conditioning's getting to him now that he's been playing, day to day here. So when he first came back, he was going off, but he had fresh legs. Now he's still getting himself back into NBA shape, which takes a while. I mean, but he's a buy low because especially if James Harden leaves, I mean, Kyrie would get way more usage. So that'd be a great move. Terry Rozier, 28.2 in the past week. So he's just like a small buy low. He's usually around 32 or higher, like 33. So he's been kind of down this week, and he's a great player on that team. So I've been trying to get him whenever he's had a little bit of a downtime, because I think he's a great player to have on your team. Good mid-tier. Yeah. So Jalen Suggs, 27.3 in the past week. I think the second half, Orlando is going to give him the reins, and he'll be plus 30 a night for sure. So see if you can get him with try and get him cheap. Try to trade Karis LeVert for him. I bet that would go through. It'd be a little risky, but
would you offer Mo Bamba and Ayo Dosunmu for DeAndre Ayton?
Yeah, they might not take it though, but I'd do it in a heartbeat. You might have to offer more though.
All right.
Clint Capella.
I'll play the game.
Okay, yeah, play the game, dude. You have nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Clint Capella, 25.2. He's been pretty bad since coming back from injury. He's been splitting minutes with the backup center, Okongwu. And, I mean, usually he's like a 35-plus guy, so I think the All-Star break will be a good rest for him. Keep training, obviously, get his conditioning up. But he should be better than this unless he's playing hurt. That's the only fear because of his feet. He's had all those foot injuries, but he's definitely way better than this. 25.2 is just way too low. Franz Wagner, he's been a buy low for a couple weeks now, but 24.6, I think just the rookie body has caught up with him. He doesn't have that NBA body yet. And he needs this All-Star break rest coming up. And I think he's in for a big second half. Like, okay, so they'll give the reins to him and Jalen Suggs, but you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Jeremy Grant, 21.4 since coming back from injury. It's only a 3-game sample size, but you know what he can do, and we know he could be traded to a contender and be the starting power forward. So he could be a 32-a-night guy. I think his average is around there anyway. And right now he's really low. People could be worried, so I would try to get him right away. He's probably one of my top buy lows that you could actually get. Kyle Lowry, 20.5 since coming back from personal reasons. So obviously his conditioning's a little bit down, and his minutes are down. So try to buy him low before the minutes go up, because then he's going to start going off again. Mo Bamba, 18.4 in the past week. I think... I don't know. I still believe. Maybe I'm just being dumb here, but I wouldn't go crazy with a sell high like to get him, like one of your trades. But I mean, if you could trade Kevin Love for Mo Bamba, I'd do it. You know what I mean? See what you can get.
Yeah.
I mean, people might start dropping him here if like he can't pick it up, but he's definitely better than 18.4. I mean, come on.
Oh yeah, he's way better than that.
He's a starting center in Orlando. Anyway, those are my buy lows. Zach, do you have any more players you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, actually, I actually thought of one for sell high we can talk about real quick. Do you think Io DeSumo is worth a sell high? He's been playing very good lately. Yeah,
I would definitely put him on here. I actually have him in the scoops because he's only 21% owned.
Oh, okay.
But he's also like, if you grabbed him, package him, right?
Yeah.
I would do that for sure. That's a good take.
Okay.
Anybody else?
More for the scoop list. Okay. I got some other guys for scoop, so you want to do scoop first, and then I can bring up my two guys.
Bring those up at the end here.
Yeah. Okay.
So must grab list.
Open 'em up.
I'm staying with the most consistent guys out of this group still. So Simmons, he's down to 26.8, so he's had his worst week in like a month. But there's a lot of rumors about CJ McCollum being traded too. So yeah, CJ McCollum's going off, taken away from Inferne. But man, if he's gone and then Dame doesn't come back, dude, Simmons is still the guy. He's still the man there. So he's still a must grab, and he's still like I think around 54% owned. Let me check real quick. 53. So I would go and get him. Jared Vanderbilt, dude, he's still only like 29% owned. And he's one of the most consistent guys you could grab. Like, this has been a month of great play, And points league, his average on the year is 26. And it's 30 in the past week. I think it's around 30 for the past 2 weeks. So it's a great must grab for your bottom of your bench, dependable player. Not somebody who's going to go have a bad night for you. And then Io is on here because now it's been 2 weeks in a row of great play, and he's only 21% owned. He's basically like their bench. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's him and Kobe White, but he's better than Kobe White. So, and they're super hurt. They got a lot of injuries. So another guy on here from the Bulls we'll talk about more, who's kind of like he's basically like the guy behind Io as the next best player on the bench for the Bulls. But yeah, and then I still have Patty Mills on here because especially he's been doing good. Actually, he had kind of a bad week, down to like 20 a night. But if James Harden's traded, I mean, it's Patty Mills and Kyrie Irving. So I think he's a great grab. And even though he had a down week, he's only 28% owned. I'd still grab him. But you kind of know what you're getting with him. These other guys I'm going to talk about are, I mean, higher upside players like Jackson Hayes. He's now starting at the 4 for New Orleans.
I see that you put him on there. I was going to bring him up. I didn't see that you had him on the list. Nice.
Yeah, New Orleans is talking about trading a bunch of players. So, and yeah, Jackson Hayes was traditionally a center, but now they're starting him at the 4, and he's been going off 32.5 a night in points leagues.
I've been looking at him the last couple days.
And yeah, see, this is another player I'm talking about where it doesn't show it in the transactions on ESPN really, because he's only up 2.2, but in Yahoo leagues, people are jumping on it right away. It's 15% up.
Yeah.
I grabbed him actually in my Yahoo league, but
okay.
I think he's one of the top upside grabs. There's no guarantee ever, with the coaching and however the trades go down, but they could be selling the whole house, and Jackson could have a big second half. He could be one of those second half guys like Simmons.
Yeah. Who was the big second half guy last season? There was a center. Or in the last year, it was kind of... it was like
last year
Moses Brown and...
Chuma Okeke.
Roby.
One of them.
Isaiah Roby was one last year.
Yeah.
I just remember those two Oklahoma City centers.
Yeah. Yeah, Moses Brown was a good one. Chuma Okeke, and then Karis LeVert.
Yeah.
I think were some of the top second half players. Yeah, but anyway, Kevin Love, I put him on Scoops just because he did have a really good week. Maybe Lauri Markkanen isn't played as much if Kevin Love's better than him right now. But anyway, another big upside player is Terry Taylor on the Pacers.
Scary Terry?
No, but he could steal it. 2 monster games in a row.
Damn.
49.7 fantasy points and then 42.3. So... But that's at super high minutes, 37 and 38 minutes. So you kind of have to grab him to see if Indiana trades everybody, if this is just what's going to be the second half,
Mm-hmm.
This could be like one of their main guys in the second half. I don't know. It says shooting guard, but he got so many rebounds in these games, dude. Huge double-doubles. I don't know. I think you have to grab him. I was hesitant to put him on must grab because it's only 2 games, not consistency. But 39.99 in a week, you got to grab him and see if it sticks.
Absolutely, especially in a deep league. That ain't gonna...
So, high upside guys is probably Jackson Hayes and Terry Taylor for sure. And then, there's one more in here that's high upside. Steven Adams, 31.1 in the last week. I still don't get how he's not more owned. I mean, he's on a great team in Memphis, and he kind of does a little bit of everything. And you know what you're getting with him, but around 30 is his norm, and he could stay there. So he's only like 40% owned. Why not grab him?
Yeah.
If you need a consistent center. And then another high upside player is Davion Mitchell for the Sacramento Kings, 31 in the past week. If De'Aaron Fox is traded, then he's an obvious grab, and another big second half guy. He's going to do great if he gets to keep starting. So... Mason Plumley, 30.4 in the last week. He's the starting center for the Charlotte Hornets. I don't know, man. I feel like you have to grab him. He's only like 10% owned, right? Yeah. No, 26.3, but still, he's another low-owned center, and he puts up decent numbers. It's just another floor guy that you can trust, basically. Nothing crazy, but if he's a starter that's available in fantasy, I mean, if you're in a competitive league, it's worth the grab.
Oh, yeah.
And then another guy I want to talk about is the Bulls' second best bench player right now is Javonte Green. I really liked him in the beginning of the year, but the team was so stacked and didn't have any injuries for a while that he wasn't getting enough playing time, but he's just like a workhorse player. And now he's earned the minutes because they've had a lot of injuries, and this last week, 30 fantasy points a night. He just looks really good, and he can keep this up until we get players back. No doubt in my mind. Because you've been watching the games, right?
I've been watching some games, yeah.
Yeah, you see how he's just like a hyper athletic two-way player.
He's a fun guy for sure.
Yeah. So he's a great deep league grab. Nothing you have to do. And then these next two are watch list guys. Isaiah Jackson, he started a game like 5 days ago. Went off, had like 47 fantasy points. He was the only big man really available for Indiana, but he's a
Yeah.
rookie. It kind of shows you if they trade all their other big men that this could be the second half big man for the Indiana Pacers.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, he missed Friday and he's missing Sunday because of an ankle injury he sustained. But he's a great watch list. If you could stash him on your IR, stash him to see how it goes the next 5 days in the trade deadline, you know?
Yeah.
And then John Wall for me is another grab and stash if you have an IR spot, just to see if he's traded. If he's traded, you stole a guy who could get you 30 a night, you know, for nothing.
Yeah. I mean,
So
that's a no-brainer.
don't wait until if a trade goes through, somebody's going to beat you.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. So what other scoops did you have, Zach? That's it for me.
Yeah. So I was just wanting to hear your thoughts on Taurean Prince.
Oh, yeah, no, I did see him going off. I don't think it'll stick. It's just a streamer because
Okay.
Minnesota, like you know, has a bunch of good players. I mean, in the 4 good starters, with the 4th being Jared Vanderbilt. So
Yeah.
I guess he could be kind of their 6th man, but I'm not buying into it too much. I think it's just going to be a hot streak.
Okay.
But you can stream him for sure.
That's kind of what I'm doing right now.
Okay.
And then Hassan Whiteside. What do you think of him?
I mean, if they traded Gobert, it's a must grab. Right now, he's just a stream though, because Gobert's going to be back soon, right?
But he's a pickup though, right? I mean, he's an obvious ad
Oh
right now.
yeah, because he
He's
puts up
starting.
numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's an ad, but like if you want higher upside guys, go with other people on the list.
Yeah.
But if there's nobody available and you need a guy who's starting right now, yes.
I just wanted to mention these two guys as options as well, you know.
Yeah, no, those are good guys. Anybody else?
Those are the main two, just because I picked them up this week, so I just wanted to see if you thought that was good.
Oh yeah, no, they're good streamers, and yeah, there's nobody available in our league, so it's good.
Yeah. And I just added Jackson Hayes about 10 minutes ago, so.
Okay. Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Fuck. I had no moves today until they started playing, because I was going to grab them last night.
Okay.
Damn it, you son of a... drops, anyway.
Yeah.
Bismack Biyombo, DeAndre Ayton's back, so Biyombo's a clear drop. Chris Daughtry, who we thought was going to be this guard on Indiana, that for the second half isn't doing anything, and Terry Taylor and Karis LeVert are taking over, so Chris Daughtry's a drop. And then I put Herbert Jones on here because he had his first bad week in a while. It was down to like 23 for the week. In a deep league, you could still hold, but it's not like a loss if you drop him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I gotcha.
And then, yeah, I'll just go over your schedules real quick, and we'll close it out.
Let's do it.
Week 17, man. See if Tuesday, Thursday works this week. Nope, they're stacked. Wait, no. Oh, this is good. Tuesday, Thursday combo. So, if you want to stream one player for 2 days midweek before streaming on the weekend, this is the way to do it. Is you do Tuesday, Thursday.
This week looks like more like Monday, Wednesday is what you'd want.
I don't think so.
There's less games on Monday, Wednesday.
Okay, so Monday, Wednesday, to get a player out of it, do the Charlotte Hornets, Chicago Bulls, Golden State Warriors, OKC Thunder, Toronto Raptors, or Utah Jazz.
Yeah, you can get one player, 2 games, for sure.
Yeah, and if you had an open spot on Tuesday, Thursday, Brooklyn Nets, Dallas Mavericks, Detroit Pistons, Houston Rockets, Clippers, Grizzlies, Bucks, Pelicans, Knicks, Suns.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's kind of our strategy. You try to stream one guy early in the week, and then if you're like a normal league, you only have 5 moves for the week. Then for the weekend, you could stream multiple guys to try to get as many starts out of the week as possible by getting those early week 2-game players.
And there also is a couple teams that have a Friday, Sunday matchup too.
Okay, so Friday, Sunday, Atlanta Hawks, Boston Celtics, Indiana Pacers, Minnesota Timberwolves.
So like maybe Taurean Prince could be a good like end of the week ad or something, you know?
Yeah, for sure. And let's see if there's any bad do you see any 2-gamers, Zach? Yeah, Houston Rockets only 2 games this week. Milwaukee Bucks only 2 games this week. And that's it.
Yep.
All right. Well,
Nobody with 5 games. So
yeah, a bunch of fours.
yeah.
That'll wrap it though. Hopefully, we give you guys all the information you needed. Hopefully, injuries wasn't too long for you. But we're gonna time stamp more, and so you can just skip injuries if you already know them, and
Yeah.
yeah, you'll just have the option if you want it. Otherwise, you could just skip to trades right away.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's gonna wrap us up for this week. What do you think, Jake?
Yeah, just a lot happened this week, so we went through it fast, but that's because so much is going on before the trade deadline, so there's so much to talk about with fantasy trades being impacted by regular trades. So
Yeah.
hopefully that gave you guys a lot of options for what you want to do in the next week, because it's going to be a big week.
Yeah, and then, just remember to obviously like and subscribe to our YouTube channel because that's how we're going to be able to grow, and we want to build a
Mm-hmm.
community. That's our goal. We're working at that every day. And also just go follow us on our social media. We got Facebook, facebook.com/Garden of Sports Podcast. We have Instagram, instagram.com/Garden of Sports, and we have Twitter, twitter.com/GOSPod2021. Go give us a follow. You will not regret it. And just thank you everybody for listening every week, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Get you on the flippity flip.
See you
All right, bro.
everybody.
See you guys.